This is Brother Carter with Tasteful and Toxic. I also have my lovely wife with me,
Val.
Hey, Val. Be sure and tune in to us every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m.
Don't sleep on us, baby. Get up, get your coffee. Tune in.
We love you. God bless you. We'll see you Wednesday. All right. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Tasteful and Toxic. I'm your main man, Brother Carter. Hey, what's going on over here? I tell you,
they got
Miss Christina Price dropping gold all on the table this morning.
Golden tier, I'm not sure.
So on today's show, we do have Miss Christina Price on the show today. Miss Christina, wave at the people there. We have my brother Justin B. Long on the show today. And of course, the lovely, vivacious, and very beautiful and talented one, Miss Val. Hey, how you feel this morning? Okay.
Period.
You give me that one all the time. How you feel, Christina?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Yes.
Justin, how you feeling over there?
I feel amazing.
All right. That perked me up right there.
Can you ask the question again? How I feel?
How you feel today?
Like I look.
You didn't say nothing.
I didn't need to change.
Okay.
But my voice sounded different.
Okay.
Right.
There, you understand?
Yeah,
Like
I can feel you now.
There you go.
And so,
What about me?
the executive producer over there, Miss Abigail. Hello.
Hello.
As you see, I
just wanted my moment.
I have a great cast here today.
Yeah.
I was listening to TV the other day, and I heard a commercial come on, and in the commercial there was a question raised, and it said, "What is the hardest words to say in English?"
Probably, I'm sorry.
See, you get the picture. You see, people were trying to come up with different words that might be difficult to say in English, but this is what you say?
I hit it.
You hit it.
Oh, look at me go.
Yeah. Now, what did you just say? What's the most difficult word?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Can you express that a little bit?
I think to admit fault for something, take responsibility for something,
Mhm.
like that requires you to be vulnerable, to publicly acknowledge that you made a mistake, and which defies all of our expectations of perfection that we have for ourselves.
Mhm.
And we're trying to manage our image and manage what other people think about us.
Oof.
And an apology wrecks all of that
Right.
in our head.
In
Yeah.
our head.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate the me claiming that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you don't have difficulty apologizing?
Oh, no. I'll say more, I apologize or
Yeah.
Using the word
I
I'm
was
sorry,
wrong.
yeah.
But versus
Mhm.
claiming myself to be sorry because I started saying that more than often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying it and meaning it.
Yeah. I think the hardest thing sometimes for people to do is to say I'm sorry, but to apologize.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with you. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And or even apologizing and not meaning it.
Yeah.
Right.
That to me is just keep your mouth closed.
Yeah.
Because
Sucks all the value out of a real
Yes.
apology.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to say it so we can move on is probably one of the
Yeah,
most.
because we
unknown.
started doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And please don't say I apologize if.
Right. If I offended you. My mom says, well, I'm sorry that I offended you. Or,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you were offended. That's what she said. I'm sorry that you were offended. I was like,
that ain't even an apology.
Really just keep that.
Just keep that, because I can just say, and I have this thing when someone comes out of the blue and they want to apologize or say that, well, can you tell me what you're apologizing for?
Yeah.
Because if you're just coming in and saying, well, I'm sorry, or I apologize, apologize for what? What are you sorry for? Because you need to give me a little.
So you understand what you really did
that impact me, and I need to know.
You got that Abigail thing when it comes to apologies, don't you? We need a clarification. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because what you're not going to do is just I apologize and move on and expect me to be okay with that.
Yeah.
No, we're going let's have.
So go ahead, Ab.
I was going to say, because that leaves room for because I also.
We're going to go back down that road again.
Right. Well, because a lot of times people don't know what they did wrong. Like, I believe that most people are good people. And so I think a lot of people don't know that they did you wrong. So if I me and Miss Carter have an interaction and I see that she's upset, right? And I just come up to her and I say, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what upset her.
Yeah.
I am responding just to keep the peace.
Right.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
Behavior.
Right. But if I just say I'm sorry and I'm apologizing for something that didn't even bother her.
Right.
What really bothered her is I was 20 minutes late to our interaction, not the stupid little comment that I thought was whatever the issue is.
Exactly.
And so that's why I think
you saying I'm sorry and don't even know why you're saying it.
Right. And then
it means nothing.
It means nothing because you don't know why you're saying you're sorry. So I do think it's important also when you're the person upset to address why it is that you're upset.
I think it's so vital to getting the healing and moving forward because you're still stuck in that, or somebody is still stuck in that because it's not a real genuine acknowledgement of what took place.
Yeah.
I think there's the opposite side of that coin too. I call her my chosen mom. Feels so contrite about everybody else's experience all the time. The way I have a rule, anytime I'm around her, like, you're limited to 2 apologies an hour. And that's she constantly apologizes, and she means it. Like, she is feeling wretched about everything that anybody else might be experiencing that's even slightly negative.
She is really
that's unhealthy.
That's very unhealthy. And that leads to toxicity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because and she okay. I don't want to talk about your chosen mom. I'm not getting into that.
We accomplished that. I'm sorry is one of the most difficult words to say in the English language. What would you come up with another one, Abby?
Another difficult word? I was wrong.
Oh.
I have no problem apologizing, but I don't like admitting that I was wrong.
That's good.
Apologies and saying I was wrong is kind of...
They're similar.
They're kind of similar.
Another one is I need help.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I
need help.
Talk about it.
Yeah, that's hard to say. I need help because it made me feel like I was inadequate. Like, no, you're supposed to be able to do this. You know, even the simplicity. You're supposed to be able to take your own sofa down the stairs. Like, you're supposed to, you know.
You're a woman. You ain't supposed to take no sofa down the stairs.
Brother Carter.
Take the trash out. Not when there's a man in the house or a boy. I wish I would grab that trash can.
Well, it is just to piggyback on what you were saying. It is difficult for a lot of people to admit they need help.
Yeah.
And we was talking about that on the other show, Love and Victory show, about, reaching out to somebody, trying to talk about your interpersonal problems you have within your life, and then, in our culture, in my culture, that was something that just wasn't preached.
Right. Yeah.
Asking for help. That was just something that it didn't.
Yeah.
No. That was something that just didn't happen. And I'm glad I grew up in the area in which I grew up in, but at the same time, I missed out on a lot of opportunities for growth.
Yeah.
Should I say in my life?
Well, the American culture in general is so independent minded. Like everybody strives to be independent, to not need anybody else.
Right.
Because that puts you in a place of potential vulnerability.
Right? Yeah.
Like, and that's the worst place to be.
It is.
Right.
This me thing, this alone thing. We were not designed. God did not create us to be alone.
But that's why the world pushes to be alone, and you can do it on your own because it's deceptive.
Right.
It's the way of the enemy to get you isolated, to get you alone so that he can control what you think. And you don't have the influence of other people who can pour into you.
And he is all in your head, and he and you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he got you to eat the forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
Got you all by yourself over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Asian culture is the opposite of that. Like Asian culture is so family oriented. Like everything is a we thing. Like Asian people who were born and raised in that don't even think about the I thing. They always a we.
How is my decision going to impact the family?
The family.
Right.
Yeah. Whereas, you're right. In American culture, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't affect them. It's not their problem.
Have nothing to do with me.
They don't have to do with me, so I'm gonna leave that alone. They ain't got to stay out of other people's business.
Yeah.
Or keep our business in the house. Silly.
Do you have a difficult one?
No, I don't. I like what was said, so I'm good with those.
I have one.
Okay.
Difficult for me, and my difficult one is to say you was wrong, not me.
You struggle.
That's what it is.
Holding other people accountable.
That's what it is.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow. That's real good.
You see how that touched me?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you?
I
see
know what that is. Yeah.
It's hard.
That's
What
what
is
it is.
that?
That's what's
Ooh.
stopping the process.
Wow. That's it
I-
right there.
I would
Wow.
say
Yeah.
You are
Wow.
concerned about
Yeah.
someone else's opinion of you
Yes.
in a way that if you hurt their feelings, then they're not going to like you so much.
Yeah.
And you can't handle that.
Yeah.
I know that because when I married into the veterinary
that was
clinic,
gonna
right?
hit me.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it. That was
That's
it.
what you're saying.
That was a
Breaking.
break. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that was it. That's all right.
He's a cool guy.
That was all-
Yeah,
that
but
was
that's
it.
it.
That was that thing right there.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
it.
and it's so funny. It happens when you least expect it.
Yeah.
When God is in that thing.
Well, I had a talk with myself last night about this, and I knew this was going to affect me,
Mhm.
and I knew when I said it, it was going to resonate.
Yeah.
And because I have a problem with saying you was wrong, see, I don't have a problem putting weight on my own shoulders, but taking that weight off my shoulder
Mhm.
is where.
Yeah.
you struggle with.
Right. It's hard to.
Because you've been carrying it so.
So
I had to work with my therapist to get to the point that I could fire an employee that needed to be removed from my team at the vet clinic. Like I could not do it. I choke up, anxiety attack, like sweating. I can't even get a sound out of my mouth when I'm trying to tell somebody I got to let them go.
Mhm.
And I didn't understand why until I sat down and unpacked that with my therapist. But I understood that if I'm firing that person, they're going to hate me, and I can't bear that
Yeah.
because I was still placing so much importance on how other people feel about me that I couldn't.
So
risk-
that's what you think it is? Just
Yeah.
No,
putting
I'm telling
too
you
much importance on
On the
how
other
people
person.
gonna feel about you?
That's
or
what it
if
was for me. Maybe that's not what it is for you, but that's what it
Or
was for me.
sometimes you've been taught that it's always you.
You.
You're the problem. You're the
Mhm.
problem. You're not enough. It's you. It's you that caused me to do what I did to you. So you need to accept it. And sometimes you adapt to that mentality. And so it's like
Mhm.
it's hard to say it was somebody else because I've been trained to know that it was always
me.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
So-
something where I don't want to ever let them down and feel like I'm a disappointment. So
Mhm.
I rather it be on me than to really call it out for who that is, because
Mhm.
I can take this on. I know this thing of forgiveness. I know this thing of, moving on,
Mhm.
but I have not dealt with this thing of you
Yeah.
did this.
You
Yeah.
did. And sometimes
Yeah.
you just don't want to break people or hurt people. You feel like it'll break them. But that's sometimes the thing that they need that'll
They need.
free
Right,
them
right,
as
right.
well.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they have came to the realization most of the time
Yeah,
they-
that they were wrong.
They-
you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just the elephant in the room that we don't talk about.
Right,
But
right.
sometimes you going to them talking about it or just
Mhm.
acknowledging that it was them is the freedom and liberation that they need
Yeah.
as well. You
Yeah.
know?
And this something I've been dealing with.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you
It's-
think
it's-
there's an
yeah.
element of conflict aversion in that?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Right.
okay.
That was another one of my challenges is engaging.
That's why I
in
didn't say
conflict,
nothing
man.
on the Love and Victory show. I was saving it for this.
He wanted the good stuff.
So yeah, but I go ahead, Justin. Where you?
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, just trying to avoid conflict and trying
Mhm.
not to get in a fight with another person. or
That
engage in
part.
any
That's it.
negativity.
That's
Yeah.
it. And I'm the total opposite, and I think that he's my balance, but at his own detriment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is part of his makeup. He does not like.
And if I say something and then it become a dispute, then I don't want to have
Right.
a
You
conversation.
want to have the conversation,
I
But-
struggle with
but
that
you ha-
super hard.
but you have to.
Yeah, you got to.
Here's the thing that I believe
What
in my
you
house.
believe?
I believe in my house growing up, it was a very loud house. We
Mhm.
just always laughing, talking. It was just
Mhm.
loud, a lot of noise. My husband's home growing up was very quiet.
Yeah.
So when he came to our home to visit, it was like, oh my God, do these people ever shut up? It was just
Yeah.
a lot. But in that dysfunction or whatever you want to call it, I had a voice. I was able to use my voice, use
Mhm.
my words. I was
Mhm.
taught to use my words so that I can speak over the noise.
Mhm.
I believe in my husband's quietness. You were never taught to use your voice.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
using your voice meant that you were going to upset someone.
Mhm.
No. And so that was used against you.
Mhm.
And I think that that's why part of your I'm not a therapist, but part of your makeup of not wanting to have conflict with people is easier for you to put it on yourself versus putting it on someone else.
Well, not having conflict resolution tools makes it really hard too. Because I never had any conflict resolution tools. So anytime I got in a fight, I'm fighting to the death.
Right.
And whether it's the end of the relationship, the end of the friendship, like I'm cutting you out of my life, you're cutting me out of your life, something like there is no peaceful resolution to things if I'm involved in conflict. So if I don't want to lose you in my life, I'm just not going to get involved in the conflict.
Yeah, because if I tell you you was wrong about something, I can tell you that in a high T level.
What's a high T level?
High that word.
Right. That word.
Oh, high T level.
Oh, okay. With aggression. Okay, got
But to just sit there and just have the complex conversation, that's where the difficulty comes for me.
That is probably harder than the apology and the asking for help thing.
Yeah, it is. I literally just recently had to do that by the leading of the Holy Spirit. Like God was just telling me like to cut a certain connection, and I knew I had to do it. And we had some ties in this relationship, and it was the hardest thing ever for me to have that conversation with that person to say, you know what, I'm going to have to discontinue this relationship, this business relationship as well, and just cut it. And I really had to have that conversation. It was the hardest thing ever, but I felt so relieved. And I felt so much power because I was able to really just stand firm on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not only what God was leading me to do, but stand firm on my own self too. It really gives you power.
And I think it also helps the other person. Yeah. Because I think a lot of times by not having that conversation with someone that's really that you care about, that's a reason why you don't want to mess that relationship up, because you care about that person. But you got to look at it from
I don't think it's for me. I don't think it's about relationships. I think it's more about protecting myself, just like just saying it, open myself up. And I think I have a problem with just being vulnerable, being to a place where, I'm just open. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I also struggle sometimes to let people know when they've hurt me. And it reminded me of something that you said earlier, Justin. You said that your chosen mom apologizes for everything. I don't like feeling guilty. I hate that feeling. And that's why I try to do the right thing. And I try to, make amends where I can and deal with things in the moment. Cause I hate the feeling of like feeling guilty or like I owe somebody something or like, they got one up on me because I hate that feeling. And I in turn don't like making other people feel guilty. Yeah. Because I hate that feeling so much that I don't want to put that on you. Right. So I also struggle. There's a situation that I'm dealing with where there's a friend, we were starting to become friends, and then I felt like she kind of switched up on me and like was saying things. I heard a couple of things of like that she felt like she couldn't trust me. And I've been teetering on like if I want to talk to her about it. And part of me is like, I don't want to like, I don't know. It's that feeling of like, I don't want to like hurt that person, or I don't want them to think I like care too much. I think that's part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to let them know that they have that much weight on me. Or I think it is a protection mechanism. The same thing with the I don't need help. I can handle it. I'm not going to address this with you because I don't want to put that stress on you. I can handle the stress. So I'm just going to deal with it on my own and process it by myself.
But you're not really dealing with it.
But you're not. And there's a talking about it can be helpful most of the time, depending on the situation, right?
Right.
But sometimes it feels easier to just deal with it on your own.
Yeah. But I got one for you.
He come bowling down my okay, I'm ready for it.
It's okay. We're talking about the most difficult words to say in the English language, right? When you first heard me say that, what you thought?
When I first heard you say,
when you said the most difficult words for you to say in the English language, what would you say?
Probably,
that part. I don't know.
I think I have to honestly say, for me, I don't know, because I'm not I have no problem with saying when I'm really sorry. I apologize. I have no problem with saying.
You're missing my point.
Well, that's okay.
You're missing my point.
Well, give it to me.
Because see, you trying to analyze, you trying to fix, you trying to make a word. Just hear me out. Hear me out. The most difficult thing for you, and I've been in your life all my life. And the most difficult thing for you to say is, I don't know. Because you always gonna try to.
I said I don't know.
But
No.
that's what you trying to stop that. You should have stopped that.
She said, I don't know, but then started explaining a bunch of things.
See, I started to come to you first with it, but I thought about Abigail, and she said I'm always being toxic with you, and so I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be toxic starting off the show.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. But then here's the thing:
You don't know how to just say I don't know, though.
Yes, I do. But when I don't know, I don't know, and I'm not gonna try to. If I don't know, I'm gonna tell you I don't know.
Maybe now
But I'm going to go and figure it out.
But now you're at a point now where you're confident enough to say that. But were you there most of your life?
No,
Yeah.
because I was
Were
always
you there
What is
before
wrong,
down?
yeah.
Saying I don't know, it feels like a weakness, right? Like it feels like
I'm being very honest with you. It's like someone telling me I can't do something. I'm gonna
Right.
figure it out.
Right.
So if I actually say I don't know, that means that I've went through the process in my head and in my mind of really trying to come up with, can I do it
Yeah,
or not?
but you're gonna do that prior
Before.
to you say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just say I don't know.
Right.
to me, and no one taught me this. I think I came up. Well, maybe I think my mom probably instilled this in me. I don't know is not an acceptable answer.
Yeah.
We got Google.
Mhm.
Read the direction. Like look it up. Like I don't know is never
Yeah.
Well, you know,
an acceptable
we did
response in my
because-
book, which is
Because
probably
this
toxic.
something I've never heard her say.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never heard
Yeah.
her say.
Because if I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out.
Well,
And I'm not gonna let you
And
know that I don't know.
And I've seen her in a lot of places
I think that's
where she just don't know, but she's still trying
She
to
gonna
figure.
act like she
yeah,
don't
she's-
I'm gonna
know. If
figure
you
it out.
don't
and
know,
she
you
gonna
better
keep
act like you
talking
know.
until something come to her head.
I'm gonna
that
BS my
impersonate
way.
her. I say, babe, you just say you don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
not. Prime example, when we were setting up this studio.
No, that door.
Prime example, we were setting up this studio.
Mhm.
And I kept saying, okay, Abigail, this is what I want. And I'm like, make it happen. And Abigail was like, but I don't know. And I said, figure it out. Didn't I?
Yeah.
And every time.
Even when she didn't know what she wanted,
I
she
knew
still
what-
said,
I
figure it
knew
out.
I knew what I wanted. I knew that God had the person around me to manifest
right.
it, to make it happen. But I also I knew that I needed to show that I had confidence in her to make it happen.
Yeah.
And doing that, look at us now. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't get any of this done. I gave her the
Mhm.
resources she needed,
Mhm.
and I said, make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Okay.
gonna just say no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I don't know. If I
No.
say I don't know, we in trouble.
Yeah. If I get to a point where I've given up.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no getting me motivated again.
If
If I don't
do
know.
you think
Out of my
need
hands.
therapy for that? Because I'm not saying I don't know.
I think that's just the thing that we hold ourselves to that
You
standard.
like that too?
Yeah, because it's nothing that I can't do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
What
saying?
is,
Yeah.
what is this?
I'm
It's
the same
the
way.
thing. Like, it's nothing that I can't do.
Absolutely nothing.
I could fly a
It's
plane.
coming from a place of confidence.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely nothing. And if I say I don't know, I don't know. We in trouble.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
I know everything and can do everything. So if I can't, girl,
Yeah.
good luck finding somebody who will. Cause
Right.
You heard it first here on Tasteful and Toxic with Brother Carter. The women, there's nothing that they can't do in this world.
Literally.
And literally.
I could fly a plane. I could go to the moon.
Yeah.
I could do anything.
Yeah, the
I can
pilot,
lift a
pilot
car.
fall out in the air and you just get in the cockpit
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
figure it out.
I figure it
Definitely.
out.
I will figure
Yeah,
it out.
I'm sure there's a
You know,
YouTube
I'm gonna
video
Get
on it. So
YouTube.
I'm
Yeah.
time to make this thing stay up here. But in the meantime, we're gonna figure this thing out.
Well, I want to take an opportunity to thank y'all for just letting me have a moment to get something off my chest and out of my system, because this been bothering me for some time and I needed to say it. And
yeah.
I felt like this was a safe place
Mhm.
that I'd be able to share with amongst friends, people that I love and love me back.
Mhm.
And so now you, Tasteful and Toxic, and my friends, you're my people. You're seeing me wide open right now. And so we just thank you for tuning in to the Love and Victory Show.
Love and victory.
I mean,
Tasteful
Tasteful
and
and Toxic. We hope that you come back and see us each and every Wednesday at 8 a.m. every Wednesday. Thank you. God bless you. We love you.